Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am here with my very first own deck profile of the YCS. Now, I didn't really do that well. I went 7 or 8-3. I went, very sadly, I went X2 on day 1, and then on day 2 I won my first match, lost my second, so I wasn't able to top anymore. And then I did play out the final round to not mess up the ties of my opponents. And I kind of just wanted to see where I ended on the stands. And I ended on the 88th place, which out of 1800 is fine, I guess, but it's not really what we were hoping for, of course. So the deck of my choice was Tri-Brigade. The reason why I played or chose to play this deck is because it's just very easy to win with this deck, and it's very difficult to lose with the deck. It is surprisingly versatile going second, and going first it has some very niche or neat interactions to just create an unwinnable game for your opponent. And yeah, I just played a pure deck list, not the zoo that you are used to. I play Gamma in the main as one of the hand traps. I play a lot of hand traps like everyone, and Rescue Cat plus Gamma and they do Ash is just an instant win. So before we go into the deck profile and before I talk about my matchups and my losses and my wins, I have to give the biggest shout out to Raphael Neven. This was his skeleton build from a couple of weeks ago, which me and Suffer White Show kind of adjusted a little bit. So the main deck is largely just the same. The extra deck is just slightly different, and the side deck slightly different as well for my likings. But yeah, the hugest part came from Raphael Neven and his crew. So big shout outs to them. They played a different deck, a very different deck list on the YCS, and they did way better. Raphael's still in the top 16. That should be played in 2 weeks. So definitely go there and support him. So I only played 9 rounds because I was a VIP. I had 2 rounds to buy. In no particular order, I beat Prankits, Dragon Link, Invoked, Virtual World, and Tri-Brigade. All those matches were, I don't know, pretty easy. I didn't really went into time once. It was all just pretty nice, just pretty straightforward, going fast. And on the my losses were a Drytron deck, a Sky Striker deck, and a Tri-Brigade deck. So I lost to Tri, Sky, and Dry, which is very nice. And I lost all matches in the exact same way. I won game 1, day 1, game 2. Game 3, we came in a scenario where my hand wasn't the best. I did like a fractal rocket and it got negated and I couldn't interact. And then for the next consecutive exactly 3 turns, I just didn't draw anything else to play. If I drew a Tenki, if I drew a fractal, sometimes even a kit was enough, then I would have instantly won the game right there. But in all 3 exact same matches that just didn't happen, I just stopped like a revolt or an anti-spell post siding, stuff like that. So that was really, really unfortunate because this deck just really doesn't need that much to start playing and to start winning. I couldn't see the cards. I just couldn't see the cards. I just didn't really open that great. I lost a lot of die rolls as well, which also didn't help. And yeah, so unfortunate 3 losses, which is just a shame because it's not really the fault of the deck or my own fault. I didn't really misplay. I actually think I played kind of well. There was one big misplay at the end of day 1, but I was just super tired of waiting room YCS Experience. So yeah, I do take the blame for that misplay, but I still won that match in the end, so that really doesn't matter. So yeah, let's go into the deck profile and I'll talk to you about what the effect of Fractal is in case you don't know. Alright, so we play triple Rescue Cat, which is just one of the best starters. Rescue Cat summons the Karas and the Kit, and then you link them away for Furigid. Kit sends Nerval, and then you have your access to your entire combo. It's just very strong. Rescue Cat tributes itself as a cost, so it's really nice if you have a Gamma, so you can insta-win on that point. And the overall solid card. Do note that it has been errata, unlike some people at my locals who think this is just the effect, and you summon 2 with effect, which is kind of super nuts. Then I play triple fractal. One of them is Portuguese, which is important for the deck. Just solid. Yeah, all the Tri-Brigade cards. This is just standard ratios. There's nothing really big brain. Just gonna explain some small stuff. Only 2 Karas. When I first started playing the deck, I kind of was like, why would you only play 2? But now I really see that he just doesn't do anything if you have an end. A lot of the games I just drew a Karas and then I lost because there was nothing else. So yeah, that's just very unfortunate for me. Then I played a bunch of hand traps. I chose to play Bell because it's just good this format. I really don't see why you would never play Bell. Ash is just very solid. And Gamma is just some very solid protection with the Rescue Cat, which is very nice. And yeah, it's just a good hand trap, removing bodies from the field. Triple tanky because 6 Fractal is nice. I play Prosperity. A lot of people play Desires, but that's just not how you play this deck. There are so many hands where you can like actually just play and do stuff, but there are also a lot of hands where you just cannot play through on the gate and discard digging for the perfect card to answer your opponent's hand trap or whatever, like searching a Caress or just another Tri-Brigade if you already have the Caress. Or just searching a Fractal to get your plays going. This is one of the best cards in the deck and you should definitely play this. And then the last spell card that I play is Called by the Grave. And that is it for the monsters and spells. As for the traps, I play Impermanence for mainly the Mirror and other like weird rogue decks. And it's just effect failure, but then not a monster. So that's nice. I play triple Solemn Strike. This card's just very solid, this format. Yeah, I don't know. I just really, really liked it. And I only played double Revolt. I just draw this most of the time still, even though it's a 2. Having it at 2 makes it that you see it occasionally, and if you don't see it, you can just search for it, which is just always just nice. Yep, 2 Revolt's definitely fine. I didn't ever really need a third one. And the last card that I play is, yes, Imperial Order. Really nothing to say about that. For the extra deck, I'll be Rush in case you only have a kit and no extensions. Double Baron Blossom, which comes up for the grind game, but this is mainly just a pot of prosperity, or yeah, pot of prosperity target. Double Dragon Lord, this card is underrated. Bear Brum, Air Summon effect is underrated. I won 3 matches on just her discard to summon a monster back effect. Harurslurk, Rugal, also Portuguese. Double Shirake. In certain matchups, you don't want to banish the second copy with prosperity, but sometimes you have to. Then I play Appaloosa. Access Code Talker for the OTK. Sky Cavalry Centauria. Now, if you don't know what this does, I'll quickly read this because this is, I think, the only unknown card in my deck. He cannot be destroyed by battle, which is why I play Wild as extra steam material. At the end of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can detach 1 extra steam material from this card, return that opponent's monster to the hand. Now, why is this good? He's a Beast Warrior. That's why he's good. And he cannot be destroyed by battle. You overlay him to Maga Sticonia and then to Azus. These 3 are also very solid. Very solid prosperity targets. Now, in testing, it came up a bunch where I just did Rescue Cat for Zeus, or where I had like a Caress and Normal Summon Kit for Zeus. But in the YCS, it never really came up, but I, just managed them for prosperity, I guess. And the last card was a Gamma, in case you do open the nuts and have like Rescue Cat Gamma. That's where you play Omega. And in case you don't open a Gamma, you just banish him of prosperity, so that's also kind of nice. It's kind of nice that you don't really have to think most of the time on what to banish with your prosperity. Yeah, just don't banish the wrong things. There were multiple games where I was like, oh, why did I banish Shurake, or why did I banish the Frigid? But yeah, you never really see that coming. So I played double Gamma Shell with side deck and a Kadarda. I thought that Kaijus would actually be pretty good this format. This counters Drytron, this counters the Igisters. Why you would ever play that deck? I really don't know. I really don't know why you would ever play that deck in your life, but people do it. And this counters that really hard. And yeah, I just played 1 Godorda because I just want to have a second name, and the Godorda seemed funny. Double Nibiru, I didn't have like any other spots in my side deck, so I only played 2. In case I come against Solomon Great and they sometimes summon 5 monsters. For back row, I run Twin Twister and the Harpy's Feather Duster, which is the 3rd slot together with the Nibiru. And then I played triple Judgments, and I played triple Anti-Spell in case I had to go first. And this package basically made it so that against like almost every deck, you could just side this in and side out a bunch of hand traps. And in case you go second or against back row, you can easily just side out the Solemn Strikes and switch it for the Twin Twister and the Order. Those are exactly 4 cards, or if you need more hand traps, you can also just side out the Solemn Strikes, which is really nice. So apart from the Zeus, I'm actually really happy with the deck, how it performed. It was really well. I won my games instantly and easily just by playing the deck. I almost had full combo, which is an Appaloosa and a Revolt every game, which was just very nice. And yeah, overall, it was a pretty okay experience. There was a lot of waiting on the YCS. You know, the rulings were an issue and the master rule. Yeah, I think that you've all heard exactly how it went over the last weekend. But overall, I did have a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to play. I had great opponents, great support from people, and I really appreciate everyone coming to me for their deck profile. And yeah, there should be a couple more deck profiles coming. And yeah, let me know what you played on the YCS. Did you perform well? Did you reach day 2 or did you even top? Can Tatsym viewers top? Let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.